So some of you out there may know that one of my favorite minis is a John Cooper Works Countryman, but with a manual gearbox. Very, very hard to find. Until now. So yes, it may be hotter than heck outside, but I'm out here with a 2018 John Cooper Works Countryman. And this one is the one to have. Chili red, black roof, updated badging, which I didn't know they had changed back then. And of course, a manual transmission. Now, unlike the current high horsepower version, this one uses a 228 horsepower B48 four-cylinder turbo, 236 foot-pounds of torque, decent little engine for an all-wheel drive, which is essentially a hot hatch, or crossover as you all would rather call it. 18-inch JCW wheels with the massive brakes. Some nice side striping, and enough room in the back for you to carry your kids with you. Now, I apologize for the cleanliness of this car, but this was a recent trade-in, and the manager felt that I had to take this sucker out and show it off. Rear cup holder, really, really nice. It has the Dynamica interior of Alcantara, power hatch, plenty of storage. Even has the picnic bench right there, so that's cool. I love these seats. These are just amazing seats, and they fit the car perfectly. What else is in here? No charging for the phone, but it does have navigation, I found out. So it has navigation. I also found out this has the gesture control dial that a lot of people really like and missed when Mini discontinued that. Also has a panorama sunroof. It's just a really cool car. Nice Alcantara on the doors. I should also add that this one has Harman Kardon as well. Analog gauges, not the new digital dash. Accident avoidance. Nice. Touchscreen, by the way, so this is touchscreen navigation here. So this must have Apple CarPlay as well. LED lighting. Oh, I love this. Now, this is a used car. It was a recent lease turn-in, and I've been told it is available. So I don't know how much they're going to sell it for, but if anyone's looking for a manual transmission JCW Countryman, this is the one to get. And it only has 22,709 miles, so at least it has 22,709 miles right now. Because as we all know, I'm going to be taking this out for a drive. Now, I just got done with work earlier, so I apologize for looking as sweaty as I do, because I know it doesn't look great. But when I was told that this car was here and they left the keys for me to have fun with it, I kind of had to do it. So, we're going to take this out for a spin. Now, what I like about the JCW Countrymans is they sit up a little bit higher, which is not something that every Mini owner likes, but it makes the driving experience a little bit different. I like the manual transmission in these cars. I know a lot of people don't like manual transmission in Countrymans, but it seems to work for me, and it seems to work for this particular car. So that's saying something. And it's just really fun to drive. Oh, I love this. I don't care that it's 108 degrees outside. I love this. And I haven't even gotten on the highway yet. This just puts a grin on my face already. And off we go. And we're off. It's a completely different experience driving a manual transmission Countryman. I mean, the 301 horsepower JCW Countryman in automatic is great. It's a fun vehicle. It's a blast to drive. But there's something different when it's a JCW Countryman with a manual gearbox. That makes the driving experience completely different, because now you are in full control of this car. The computer is not able to tell you how to drive it. It's not able to make the transmission change shifting patterns. It's not able to make the transmission do anything. You're doing it all. Acceleration is really quick. Now you think with 228 horsepower and this much weight, it wouldn't accelerate quickly, but it does. I mean, not 301 horsepower rocket like the current one, but it feels different. I love how this feels to drive. In fact, if I could, I would own one myself. But, I mean, it has 22,000 miles on it. This thing's gonna probably go for 35 grand, maybe 30 grand. I have no clue. But someone out there in the Mini community is gonna want this car. Someone out there. So I know there's people out there watching who are gonna watch this video that want this car. I know I'm not the only one. These are so ridiculously rare. I mean, you genuinely do not see manual transmission JCW Countrymans these days. It's just not heard of. But now we're going to go through the Miriam Loop. Oh my gosh, it corners like it's on rails. This is awesome. The stability control in these is amazing. And I know I've driven tons of Minis through this loop, but they're still amazing. And this is actually the first manual JCW Countryman that I've driven. That's a first for me. I can add that to the first of Mini ownership. First of Mini driving. Maybe Miniac first, something like that. We'll figure that out. But this is the first time I've driven a manual JCW Countryman. Now I just got to drive a manual JCW Clubman. Oh, I like it. And it's all-wheel drive too, so that makes it even more fun. It goes so quick. Oh my gosh. And my fun gets ended by a bunch of cars merging. So comment below, would you buy a manual JCW Countryman? Because I'm curious to see how many of you out there are true Mini enthusiasts. I know all of you are true Mini enthusiasts, but how many of you out there would actually buy a manual transmission JCW Countryman? Because there's just something special about this car. I always told the sales manager at Barron Mini that if a JCW Countryman came in with a manual transmission, that would be the car I would want to buy. The problem is, it's not the right time. Wrong time to buy a car. Oh, I love it though. That's a wrap on my first drive in a manual transmission JCW Countryman. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like below. Don't forget to comment. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so. And as always, before I let you go, I just want to remind you all that life is too short to drive a boring car. So drive a Mini. Oh, and this was recorded on August 26th, so happy Mini WTF Day. Or should I say happy National Mini WTF Day. But anyway, I'll see y'all later.